Is your vaccine authority, and tonight we are showing you what it takes to get questions answered and appointments scheduled as more and more people become eligible for their shot. To see the operation firsthand, Erin Connolly is joining us right now. She is at the United Way in Rocky Hill to show us how this vaccine assist line works. Erin, more people want to sign up, and come Monday, more people will be eligible to sign up.
They have been inundated by calls, and those calls just keep increasing, especially since we got on the air at 4 o'clock this afternoon. More than 100 people in queue right now waiting to be spoken to. What I want to do right now, though, is explain a little bit more about the appointment process. That's a big concern for a lot of people. So to help me do that, this is Alana Krober, the Director of Information Services for 211. Alana, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So explain a little bit to people. They're going to call this number, 877-918-2224. What is the process for them to make an appointment?
Yeah, so great question. When folks call in, they're going to talk to one of our trained contact specialists, and the contact specialist is going to first do a little bit of an eligibility screening, because we want to make sure that we're getting folks that are eligible to the appointment slots. So they're going to ask a couple of questions to make sure that the individual that's on the phone meets the current Connecticut state eligibility guidelines, and then they're going to move on to talking to that person about appointment options. And so as part of our COVID response here, we have a dedicated team of resource specialists that manages the public directory of vaccine clinics. And we have about 195 public vaccine clinics currently in that directory that's publicly available on our website. And that's what our contact specialists are also searching when somebody calls in. And so they're asking the person where they live, and they're doing a zip code lookup to see where can I direct this person that's going to be close to them that they can access.
So the gist of this is that there are a number of sites all across the state, and
Yes.
more sites are continuing to be added. So when someone calls and say they live in East Hartford, you're looking for an area close to them so that they won't have to travel far.
Absolutely. We're trying to find a location that's close to where the person lives, and then we're going to give them their scheduling options for those locations. So it might be a site that we can book them an appointment at right now over the phone and get them scheduled. And if it's not, we're going to give them the information about how they can schedule an appointment there. We're going to give them information about how they access that site, about whether there's wheelchair accessibility, about what languages are offered at that location, so that we help them navigate through this maze and find a location that's the best fit for them.
Yeah, and there really is a lot to it, that's for sure. They're also, with Moderna and Pfizer right now, of course, there are 2 doses. So is that part of the process too, where you schedule the first and the second dose?
So for most of the sites that we're scheduling through the vaccine appointment assist line, we're scheduling the first dose appointment, and then when that patient goes to their first dose appointment, somebody on site is scheduling that second dose appointment for them.
We got a lot of information yesterday from the governor as he rolled out the eligibility guidelines. The latest would be that March 1st, next week, the 55 to 64 population will now be eligible. If they have questions about the vaccine, they can call now. But in terms of making an appointment, I wanted to make this clear that since they are not eligible, they will not be able to make an appointment until March 1st. Is that correct?
That's correct. So scheduling for that group does start on March 1st. And so, of course, if they have questions, we're answering them, and we can provide information about those next phases of eligibility, but we won't be able to schedule until March 1st.
I want to ask you before you go, this is a huge effort. This is a team effort. I have seen so many people here this entire time. The work you are doing is such great work. How does it feel knowing the thousands of people that you are helping across Connecticut get vaccinated?
We are so honored to be a part of this effort and to play a small piece in this, incredible effort that the state and so many partners are undertaking. And for our contact specialists, when they're taking those phone calls and they get the person on the other end of the phone that sometimes cries with joy when they're so happy that they've gotten through and they've been able to make an appointment, that makes it all worth it.
That is just amazing. The work you do is absolutely incredible. And if people are hesitant about calling, don't be. Help is here. This does not have to be a difficult situation. We've all been through enough. So let's make this part easier.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us, Alana, and thanks for all you and your team have been doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Again, Open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. 125 people are always here answering your calls. If you have to leave a voice message, they will return your call. And make sure you don't call for an appointment until you are eligible. But this is one-stop shopping, folks, and it is a great resource. So I hope you take advantage of it and use it to help you make this process just a little bit easier.